Hi, my name is Danielle Bailey, and I'll be going over my summaries for chapters 1, 2, and 3. In chapter 1, it talks about communication and the many types of ways we communicate. Communication is the simultaneous sharing and creating of meaning through human symbolic interactions. Communication competence is the ability to take part in effective communication that is characterized by skills and understanding that enables communicators to exchange messages successfully. Communication helps us make connections with each other and with the world. Ethical behavior is important when we discuss communication. Ethical communication is when we speak responsibly and give credit to any sources that contribute to the message being given. Communication in our multicultural society is important due to the fact that we have thousands of people moving from their homelands to start new lives. Many countries they move to speak a different language from them, which causes problems. Nonverbal communications, such as physical stance, eye contact, and style of speaking, are largely determined by cultural background. It takes patience, understanding, and respect to learn to communicate effectively with people who speak a different language. There are 4 principles of communication. Number 1, communication is a process, a series of actions that has no beginning or end and is constantly changing. Number 2, communication is a system, a combination of parts interdependently acting as a whole. Number 3, communication is transactional, this simultaneous sending and receiving of messages. Number 4, communication can be intentional or unintentional, a message that is purposely sent for a specific receiver or not intended to be sent or received by the person who received it. These 4 principles are important to understand so that you are able to appreciate the true nature of communication. In this chapter, it also states 8 essential components of communication. They are source or sender, message, interference or noise, channel, receiver, feedback, environment, and context. These components are constantly taking a part in our lives as we communicate. In chapter 2, we talk about perceptions and communication. Perception involves selecting, organizing, and interpreting information to give meaning to our communication and lives. Selection is sorting from one stimulus from another. Organizing is sorting or categorizing, while interpretation is assigning meaning to stimuli or perceptions are often altered or influenced by how and what others communicate to us. Most of what we learn is out of magazines, newspapers, and televisions. Through this media, many perceptions are formed. Perception can also be based on the sound of a person's speech patterns and choice of words. Speech patterns create images of age, competency, intelligence, culture, and ethnic background and gender. Images are also formed from the accent, speed, fluency, and quality of people's voices. To be competent communicators, we must understand the impact that perception has on us, how we communicate with others, and what we accept in reality through the communication we receive. We have to become active perseverers. We have to be willing to seek out as much information as possible about a given person, subject, event, or situation. The more information we obtain, the deeper our understanding and more accurate our perceptions will be. We also have to recognize that each person's frame of reference is unique. Each of us has a unique window to the world, as well as a unique system of understanding and storing data. Distinguish facts from interference. Become aware of the role of perception in communication. Take others' perception into account and to avoid the tendency to assume too much about what we perceive. Keep an open mind. Our perceptions might not be completely accurate. Finally, perception checking, being a competent communicator is important. Developing this skill will help prevent jumping to the wrong conclusions about others' thoughts, feelings, and motives. And finally, chapter 3. It talks about self-concept, self-image, and self-esteem. Self-concept is our perceived self, which consists of an organized collection of beliefs and attitudes about self. Self-image is how we see ourselves, or a mental picture of self. And self-esteem is our feelings and attitudes towards ourselves, or how we evaluate oneself. Development of self-concept varies from one culture to another and is determined by a specific combination of culture norms and behaviors. Being able to communicate with individuals from different culture backgrounds requires an understanding both of their culture and of their culture's influence on self-concept, and the ability to adapt communication on different levels. There are 6 guidelines to enhance self-concept, and they are to decide what you would like to change or improve about yourself. Describe why you feel the way you do about yourself. Make a commitment to improve or change. Set reasonable goals for yourself. Decide on a specific action you are going to take, and associate with positive people whenever possible. And this is the summary on chapters 1, 2, and 3. Thank you.